My name's Gloria Harrison. I'm from a place called Mungandai. It's a border town. It's right about an hour and a half on the other side of Moree. And your tribal area up there is the Gamilaroi, so I'm Gamilaroi Nation. Growing up was very hard. I try to tell my family, about that. But they didn't really want to know how hard a life it was for you growing up in those days. I started to go to school at Mungandai Central School. That's what it was called. It's a central school. I think I might have went to about year 3 or whatever what it is now. Or then I had to leave school. I've really had no schooling really. I had to stay home and look after all my brothers and sisters. This year's my 8th year. I've worked in Doonside. I'm what they call an Aboriginal Education Officer, which is an AEO. Doing the Certificate 3, but well, when that first came up, when like with all the changes that had happened, what's been happening in early childhood, there was heaps and heaps of training and stuff in the NQF and the ELF, and then like it said by 2014, you have to have your Certificate 3 in early childhood. So, I got my back up about that. I said, well, I'm not doing it. I think it felt a bit threatening, well, are we going to lose our jobs because we ain't got the certificate, like Certificate 3? What changed my mind, because really is, I'm going to be retiring I'm 63 in a few weeks. Hopefully I'll be retiring when I'm 65. I don't want to work past then. I want to retire and maybe just do some casual work. So that was the only reason why I went and did did the Certificate 3. So I'll have that, and then I'll when I want to get some casual work, or if anyone wants to call me up for some work, I'll be able to go anywhere with it. When I did finally enrol in the course, after lots of prompting and support from a lot of people, I felt a little bit intimidated with it all at first, because I didn't know how I was going to go with it. We're like, well, do I have to do assignments and things like that? I thought it just was so great that everything that I'd done was recognised, and that I'd done all that. There was a lot of photographic evidence, a lot of what I do here about, like when you're programming and you're observing the children. So it's a lot of, because we take a lot of photos when we're with the kids, interacting with the kids when they're doing their activities and stuff. So there was a lot of evidence of that, and then we'd write a little spiel about it and refer it back to the ELF and what we were doing. So I did it a lot that way. Had this my supervisor came in and sat and watched when I was doing group times, or so. Yeah, so it was everything was mainly done here, and that made it easier for me. And I think the hardest part for me was getting on and typing it in, and that's where I'd sit down with somebody and somebody would be typing for me, and I'd be talking to it and they'd type it for me, because I knew it all. You know what I mean? I knew what they wanted, because it was always in my mind. It was always there, but I think how I was looking about it more of how long is this going to take? How am I going to deal with it? Me going through it and having that prior learning, have recognised learning. In my time in the early childhood sector, I've done a lot of things, and I've learnt along the way. It fitted in with my work. It fitted in with what I was doing here at Wingara. And like I said, I had a wonderful supervisor who came out and supported me through it all. And like I said, a wonderful teacher. I'm quite satisfied now that I've got it with myself. and I would definitely encourage it to other people, and like myself, and only if they get the same sort of support with that they that they need through it all. It's really the only really first certificate that I have in recognising that that means that, oh yeah, well I can go and work in any early childhood centre because I've got that bit of paper. So that is very important to me. I have had great satisfaction out of doing it, especially when I was able to use most of my knowledge that I knew, and that's what worked for me. And because it was recognised. It was recognised the years that I'd spent in the sector. Well, I'm quite proud of my certificate, I am. And my family is. My family's quite proud of me. So I suppose that's a big deal. And for them to be proud of me, that is a big deal for me.